get erosion. It's like, okay, let's cut our losses. We'll just take a tier 2 and not Ezra.
Yeah, I think they're still okay with that though. This Grimstroke timing is going to be absolutely massive. 150 gold away from it. This Luna just finished her Skadi. I still don't know how they're going to kill this illusion. Anchor Smash doesn't work on it. None of Leshrak's spell work on it. They just have no damage to kill it. It could potentially be the teamfight winner for them.
Yeah, that is big problem.
I love how they recognize that too. Like, TNC gave him so much priority. He has it minute 26. That is pretty absurd.
Was catching up to the Dragon Knight in terms of net worth. DK, who really, to be effective at this point, just needs that BKB. I'm sure, you know, Block would love to go into Lake him and get like Aghanim Scepter, sort of Terras that we've seen on DKs, but the BKB can have all he needs at least for these mid-game fights.
Yeah, and just in general, his impact won't be nearly as big as it would be in other games, just because there's this Abaddon who's going to shoot off the Dragon Tail. So the recognition of TNC here is very good. Not a lot of teams would be able to do this, I feel like.
You know, perhaps seeing that Dark Portrait coming out, itemizing into a Crystallis.
But even that hurts with a 150% multiplier.
It does still hurt, you're right.
I feel like there's nothing you can build on Luna that doesn't help the Grimstroke portrait. Just how the hero works, right? Like unless you build like a hex or something, it just gimp yourself.
I mean, Aghanim Scepter is pretty good, but well, I mean, it helps obviously the illusion a little, but it's more about you get some crazy skill. I don't think you want to go Ags against Lifestealer.
Yeah, no way.
Is to escape.
Okay, Puck finished his Yule Scepter, and this Orchid on Tide hasn't really done anything yet.
Ooh, by the way, Lifestealer picking up a BKB, so yeah, this Orchid is going to feel...
Oh, it's your BKB instead of Satanic. Okay, interesting. Usually you see the Satanic in this build.
Here we go, they're going high ground. Fnatic saying if they can get this tower... Bounce around, they get the Ignite, Blink Ravage in, they're trying to blow up the Lifesteal. They succeed in doing so. He doesn't get the Rage up. The Portrait is there at 3. Hero combo the Soulbind into absolute TNC destruction. They're going to look to chase down DJ as well. The saves just weren't there. There was just too much freaking damage as they killed Luna a second time. Oh, Tim's. He just set everybody up for a massive fight there.
Wow. We just spoke about how good this portrait is, and it just obliterates all of them. They get a good coil on like 3-4 heroes. Sure, they lose their lifestealer for it, but it's a massive win. It was like a 6-1 fight.
Well, yeah, everybody grouped up in a coil, the Earth Spike, the Chain Stun, and like you said, the Dark Portrait Illusion just wrecking them. You know, I don't know if TNC had, if Fnatic had seen the Dark Portrait. Perhaps why they went high ground is because they were trying to get there before got the Aghanim Scepter, because he only just finished it.
Yeah, potentially, but this is really bad news now. At this point, they're supposed to be really quite a bit ahead, and I don't know how Fnatic teamfights now anymore. After this Dark Portrait, actually. Like, I literally don't know how to deal with it. Luna needs to right-click it down somehow, but she doesn't have a BKB to do it. She's gonna be feeling very weak for quite a while, I feel like.
There's no answer to it. Sounds like they're gonna find a way to kill Tims without Luna, without showing their Luna.
Yeah. Who's gonna jump him though? The Tide? Pretty risky. Nyx can maybe find him out, but there's so many sentries littered all around the map. Not easy.
Feeling confident now. They pushing forward in the enemy jungle. They still gotta be a little bit careful. There's no Ravage to worry about for 15 seconds, so they're gonna go for a smoke play. And they... What about this one? They are behind the Leshrac on the mid lane. You want to go for a jump here. Gets the Dragon Tail pull up, immediately shielded up, but he gets Hexen impaled afterwards. No more shield. He's going to destroy one here. He's in trouble. The defensive unit is there. The powered up Nyx from the high ground. Need some work as the Soulbind is being used to kind of cover the retreat here. It looks like TNC don't want to force their way into this powered up Nyx assassin and may perhaps lose their line against a great force up over the trees. The PP out. Oh, Umi almost making a nice play there. Does go down though.
Did you see how the Luna played the team fight? He did absolutely nothing. He didn't dare to show himself. But of course he knows the Grimace is waiting for him.
Yeah. Gotta hide.
End up losing nothing, fortunately. Was pretty close on the ledge there. I gotta admit though, I don't like this BKB on the lifestealer. I feel like Satanic makes so much more sense. Like, of course, it has its purpose against the Orchid, against all the magic damage against the Ravage. Sure, but do you really want to itemize into an item like this on a lifestealer? A Satanic, I feel like it's gonna make you nigh unkillable anyways, and it gives you way more damage. And the more consistent the spell as well.
I guess maybe he's thinking we're gonna get to this late game point where if he just has to siege high ground, he's gonna have raid as well as BKB and then probably a second raid. All in on the spell immunity, then he's got the damage queued up. Daedalus is gonna be his next time, and at that point he's 6-slotted.
Yeah, I love Daedalus actually in lifestealer. I feel like we don't see it enough because it actually stacks with the feast damage it deals, like the crit multiplier does. That's a massive crit you get from it.
It seems to be the new go-to carry late game damage item. It used to be Rapier, but Rapier losing the True Strike has kind of fallen out of the meta a bit.
Yeah, it's just so hard to play
MKB
without that True Strike, as you said. I mean, even lifestealer just gets like a random evasion talent level 20. And suddenly this Rapier already feels like, eh.
What's coming out, Fnatic do have a very small gold lead, but you know, 31 minutes in a game like this, looking at these gold numbers is going to tell the whole story. But Luna has managed to put decent ways ahead of Lifesteal in terms of farm, but I kind of mentioned that farm gets turned around on her with the Crimson.
I feel like the Lifestealer, I'm not entirely sure what happened, but he fell off really hard. Like, he was on par with Luna the entire time. Potentially, it's also the way he's thinking about the game. Like, as you can see, his itemization as well. He's being very, very passively farming away, rather than taking the efficient farm that is a little bit more risky. He's been leaving that for the...
thing we saw his last fight, he was the bait. So I don't know if that was intentional, probably maybe not, but he died and then they team wiped.
Yeah.
Puck, meanwhile, suddenly is like almost is up there with the top net worth heroes. There's a Kaya and Sand and then a Dagon 5 up. So this could be a game where Armel is going to really pop off in terms of damage up.
Yeah, Puck can definitely beat this hero. It's just he doesn't have any Aeon Disc. And against Nyx Assassin, even if you play almost perfectly, it just takes one mistake and you just die. This Carapace from anywhere, you get stunned, suddenly they follow up on you with like a Ravage or something, you're just dead. Because the Dire side doesn't really have any way of saving you.
The Nyx Carapace, when you're borrowed, what's the AoE on that?
Alright.
350, I believe. It's not massive. Oh, it's at 300, it says there, yeah. So 300, it's like 125 less than a Pugna Blast, but it's still pretty big. It's mainly so that after you impale, you can just borrow and then right away carapace them, keep them stun locked. I wonder if that works against Aya Sanch or not. Probably does.
I guess in a team fight where he's just borrowed, it may be harder for him to actually find those carapaces on.
Yeah.
Your mobility that allows you to carapace them.
Yeah, and I assume Puck is not really gonna shoot an orb at that little diglet in the floor.
Exactly. Once Puck finds out where the Nyx is, he's not going in 300 range, and he's not throwing little orbs. Nyx is at least a Duck Trio. Come on.
I just feel like Diglett is the cutest Pokemon ever. It's just like a little head from the floor. Have you seen this meme picture where it's like really ripped beneath?
Yeah.
It's just his body build. You don't think it's cute? Look at that mouth and the little weird head shape.
I mean, I'm not anti-bug. I'm sure there's a lot of people who are good Nyx. You know, that's something that's gonna haunt me in my nightmares.
Yeah, I also don't even know if he, like, does he exist? It just feels like he's very empty. Like, doesn't look like he has a head.
True.
Kind of like the Lich King, you know?
Armor. Yeah, it's like the armor around a soulless or headless body almost.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Back to the game.
Debs did my mistake. Vendetta does not continue after you borrow. I found that out
the other way, right?
Yeah. You gotta come out of the borrow with the Vendetta, and it works. It could be such a nice quality of life change, though. Let him borrow Vendetta out of Vendetta.
Guessing how it works.
Yeah. Well, I should know this by now. don't know.
Just double checking, you know. It's like the BKB. It's like just making sure this BKB works, okay?
But BKB is finished now on Luna, so he will have some sort of way to just right-click the illusion at least. But it's not gonna feel good because you don't want to be right-clicking illusions in a team fight.
We go. Fnatic have smoked up with this BKB timing though. They send a Lesh illusion. That's to scout out Boomy because he mana drains it. Now Chuan in the front lines with the Leshrac has a BKB of his own. Blink in from Fox. Gets the Dragon Tail on Chuan. The Impale follow-up is there. DJ trying to keep him alive with the Nyx powered up. The Finger of Death is there. A lot of damage coming out with the coil on the 2. Abaddon getting hit by the Soulbind as well. He can't keep Jabs alive. Chuan with the BKB. Life stealing a bit with the spells. Death with a nice Ravage. Takes out the Dragon Knight. Gabby luckily has the BKB. That helps keep him alive here. He's got the rage back up now as well. He's looking to go back in here. Death on the tide getting low, but heals just being too much from DJ for now. They want Chuan on the Leshrac. He's trying to turn and fight. Looks for the splitters, won't get it. And with the DK buyback, the chase is on. Puck manages to hold away in the sliver of hell. Somehow, he keeps himself alive. Armel with the Yule Scepter now. He's managing to just juke his way through this one. The bar up Nyx is in trouble. He's looking to get thrown down by the life steal of Gabby. Does he have the damage? It's not enough just yet. The heals are there. Jab, he's still alive, and with the silence on the life steal, he's going to go down. He couldn't get the rage off. Fnatic, they're winning this fight. They can't get the DK a second time with the blink away. And Fnatic somehow managed to turn this one on TNC.
It was a massive amount of buybacks because they know exactly that Roshan respawn. Whoever wins that fight gets the Roshan. There was so many clutch spell usages by DJ, and then Tidehunter comes in at the last second. Rage was like half a second of cooldown, gets the silence on, otherwise the Nyx would have died. Very close team fight, but Fnatic is going to be very happy with the result of it.
TNC's looking to contest this Roach, but they're going to be here too late. Oh, are they? It's going to be close. Puck, Orbi jointing in, doesn't manage to get there.
Oh, you got the Abaddon!
Zap! Armel finds DJ, gets some revenge. That's 500 gold for killing an Abaddon. How the hell do you get 500 gold for a 5 position?
That's just how Dota works. I saw, like, someone solo kill a support yesterday, got 1200 gold. Like, why?
More gold than any kill in the last fight. I just pushed enter, and all the kills from the last fight were like 350 to 400, and they have a kill.
Yeah, I have not understood the bounty rules in like 2 years now, ever since they changed it. It's really weird.
Area on patch notes where I'll kind of skim over and be like, you know, you get gold for kills. That's all you need to know as a caster.
There's so many complicated numbers and brackets and everything. I'm like, oh, what do you mean divided by 10, multiplied by 25? What is happening? Perhaps down there, he fought back before.
There, no characters proc. Tail follow with a finger. Finger zap.
For 80
to build up some finger damage.
Yeah, he even went for the max health per finger instead of the Earth Spike cooldown. Interesting. I feel like we always see the Earth Spike cooldown on a 5 line at least. Def going into...
Drag out.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't blame him after watching these qualifiers.
Like, I'm getting lots of stacks, and also, you know, health. Lane, Fnatic in the position. They've got the Aegis. Daedalus here. The Aegis here. On Fnatic's side of the map.
I wonder if this actually impacts players and teams' mindset. Like, if they see the qualifier just be super long on average, does it impact their mentality towards the game? But it feels like it does.
Yeah, they're picking different heroes maybe, they're going for different items. Yeah, the line talent is probably just a result of...
What is Def going for? He's going completely haywire here and going for a Lincoln Sphere next. Just to protect the Luna probably from the Dark Portrait?
Fine, man. I guess how easy to opt is. I guess the puck is pretty well kind of jump in, blink and orb out while Dagoning or something.
You can also pop it with Phantom's Embrace instantly, but it doesn't even fly out, it's just an instant pop on the Lincolns. Luna's going for her own Lincolns as well, so they just want to stack Lincolns on him, I guess.
Late game plan, Fnatic. That's one thing that's why these two teams are still in the upper bracket with all these crazy 6-man games. Fnatic and TNC are the two teams. They've got the experience. They know how to play these late game scenarios better than anyone, and they're the teams that seems to get to the leads. Umi, Blink Ravage coming in, gonna catch two on the high ground as well as the support Lion. And happy just to go jumping on in now with the bot. BK jumps in with the BKB himself with a lifesteal backup. The damage isn't there. The Lech and
F is getting destroyed.
The borrowed time. Oh, snap, they get the tide. F is dead. That's a dieback as well. Ron needs to be a little bit carefully. The DK getting low. Ron trying to fly back to the high ground with the Infest healing him up a little bit. That's enough to keep him alive. And now the next target's Schwann's Ledge Track. DJ has to be careful in battle. He can't get close without the borrowed time, but they're managing to win this fight with Raven Boone doing so much damage. The Puck jumps back in. Gabby with the rage still up. He's trying to bring down the Nyx, but Nyx, Puck actually gets brought down. Raven gets himself a triple kill.
You got chipped by the glaive, you couldn't blink. Very unfortunate. Do they have buybacks? Only the Puck has a buyback. If they lose this tower, the Rex are gone. Potentially even the G4s are gone. They're pinging the throne. And if they don't buy back, they might lose it.
Just have to buy back, I gotta imagine. Abby, what's he up to? He's going for some neutral items, it looks like. I don't blame him. That's an interesting call. He's actually getting, he got the bounty rune. He gave Grimstroke buyback. They can get the Dark Portrait out now. Grimstroke wants to use that. Abby goes running in, finds the Courier. Has a Flicker now to play with, a great pickup. That's why he was in the jungle. He's like, we're losing racks. He's like, no, I'm going jungle.
Oh, these glaives though.
Yeah, they're giving up the racks. Probably will fight for the tier 4 towers. Gabby just getting poked at.
Yeah, the Bound City is actually crazy. It looks so... I don't know. It just doesn't look like Dota anymore, you know what I mean? All these, oh, maybe it looks exactly like Dota actually. What am I saying?
It feels, it's like there's most other spells, you know, just don't work on building.
Yeah.
So it's Glaives is one that does.
They just have glaives bouncing from the middle Rex to like the throne, hitting heroes over there.
It's definitely one of those mechanics. I think if, you know, if I for whatever reason made it so that glaives don't bounce on buildings, I think not many people would be upset.
Yeah, but I feel like Luna would also not be as picked anymore at all. That's a pretty good gimmick, right? Like especially with like heroes that empower her. You go high ground, you get the tower unexpectedly, and suddenly the enemy's like, "Oh, we're done. We can't defend this."
You can buff her other ways, or maybe give her a talent.
Or a 25 talent? Yeah, I wouldn't mind it. They're terrible anyways.
Yeah. I'd say 25 talent just to get back something they used to have sounds kind of brutal. Yeah, like you say, Luna's 25s. I mean, see, probably what, 30% lifesteal?
Yeah, like the Eclipse mini-stun is pretty good if you have Axe Scepter, especially with the Refresher, just perma-stun people. But he's going for the cookie cutter build. Has an Illusionist cape as well. Yeah. And the Lincoln's finished on him.
5 will be important. His range duration, I can imagine, is still at a full level to go. Fnatic not giving PNC time to sit back. They're considering this high ground. The double Lincolns now, Tide as well as Luna, both have one.
Yeah, they're just going to be sticking it on the Luna. Make sure they don't get the portrait at all. He's dropping every item on Luna. What is happening? Just to use the Illusionist cape, what? What kind of gimmick is happening here? Oh, so he doesn't get the Dark Portrait illusion or what?
Oh, clever, clever.
I mean, he stood there for like 10 seconds. Like, man, you probably gotta practice it a bit in demo mode first.
Yeah. Like, I guess that's the downside of the Illusionist cape, is that it makes an easy way to get the Dark Portrait image for...
Yeah. Then with the Manta also. He keeps doing it, but really, I don't know how efficient it is, because he's not Thompson level of button clicking. Like if you watch some people play, the way they drag items in and out is insane. They're so fast. How do they do that? I tried that.
You're going to be stoked this ice too.
Yeah.
You go, TNC, they're smoked up. They're looking to make their move out of their base. An observer on the high ground. They don't reveal Sentry or anything as Radiant. Have any way to know there's a ward here right now, I believe. They go, new ward.
Okay, I'm DK. Not sure why. They didn't see them, right? They're potentially going for a move.
And themselves are smoked up. Fnatic can just group this side. They know this is do or die time. Roche can respawn in 10 seconds, so this is where winning or losing a fight could lead to Roshan potentially, or just game over if you're one of these.
Oh, Tim's! so careful.
Gets picked off with Blink in. Death doesn't go for the Ravage. Tims has not got the A on this yet. He's seen the first time. He does have buyback, I believe. There's going to be a Blink pop. Dragon Tail, he catches out the back lines. He kicks out. Nix, who's forced to immediately buy back the DK on the front lines. Once DJ. DJ will be a great pickup for them. That takes away so many of these saves. He doesn't have buyback. He's dead ready. The Soul Bite catching out too. Where's the Dragon Tail? The Lucid being stunned, switching them back. Hex up two. Double Hex into a double impale. They're absolutely getting destroyed. Gabby with the BKB Rage as well. Chuan getting thrown around on the Leshrac. Is the physical damage there? It's going to be close, and they bring him down before the TP. Oh no! Dead Leshrac without buyback. TNC have won a crucial fight here. They may get more. Death's Lincoln Sphere. They're going to do so much for him. Damage is there to bring down the Titan. Also does not have buyback.
It just shows you how strong this combination is of Grimstroke Lion, Hex, Impale Finger on both of them. And Leshrac unfortunately died. He fumbled a little bit with his inventory. Plate that was in the backpack. He would have lived otherwise, I would imagine.
Yeah, the Grimstroke this game has been huge. The Dark Portrait as well as all the spells they're comboing.
Yeah.
Dragon Tail as well that they've had seeing multiple heroes in some of these fights. It's just absolutely destroyed Fnatic and
Nyx Korea? Oh, it was close. It's the Aeon disc.
Okay.
If you lose, it's dead. Roshan up in 90 seconds. And 2 buybacks expended here. Luna bought back right away. So did DJ.
Big Dire side buyback status is they're going to have these buybacks at least the fucking 2.5. So we're going to get to a point where GNC should have an edge when it comes to buybacks.
Yeah, Grimstroke is really the big one though. It feels like as though he's more important than some of these cores right now. How close is he to the Aeon disc? Oh, still quite a bit away. 1300?
Yeah. Farm it quickly. So that's going to be, yeah, he's staying kind of bottom while his team are elsewhere, but he also has to be wary that, you know, Fnatic may make a play on his life.
Yeah, this is the tournament meta right now. Aeon disc on everyone.
He had the Arcane boot. Yeah, he's got Aeon disc now.
Aeon disc on him, Aeon disc on DK queued up, Aeon disc on Lion queued up, Puck has one. Everyone is going for one.
Here we go, Fnatic. They smoke out of their base. Dire vision around this Roshan pit is fantastic. See what Fnatic can do. Ward on the high ground, but I'm gonna D-ward right away.
Network is a little bit deceiving. Lifesteal is sitting on 5k right now.
Go. As Armel in the front lines.
Can they get?
You're gonna find here level 26 as well.
Armel has been a beast this game.
Taking out the Roshan pit, making sure there's no shenanigans going on. Armel, what can he find? Buyback, so he's going to be a little bit careful. Let's have the Aeon disc, and of course, Puck is just known for being oh so slippery.
Dewarding the sentry so their ops doesn't get dewarded. Ionis, be careful.
Dragon Bomb is off. With the Hextech going on DJ, but the Abaddon, he's being stunned up while they go on the backlines here. They want Chuan. Meanwhile, Abaddon just being silenced up as well, but the DK kind of gets left alone. Doesn't pop the BKB, gets helped by the 4-star. Lifesteal it inside the Puck, not the DK. And his Puck has to just BKB TP out. The damage for him, so.
And Roshan is up and just spawned.
Dragonform still has a bit of duration left on it, but Panic's already in there. He should be able to get back potentially in time with the Axe Scepter.
Roshan's falling fast. Gonna make a decision here.
Me, standing above to the north, can he make a play for the steal or a snipe here? So they want to go for it. DK flicks in with the Puck as well. They find this not perhaps at the perfect Roshan time. They're going to get the Chuan's ledge back. Fnatic have the age. They can look to turn and fight. Fox going to be careful on the DK. Doesn't have BKB. He forced up. He gets back to the high ground. He's still alive on the DK. ENC want this Luna, but the cheese being popped. They heal him back up, and with the burrowed up Nyx Assassin, they want to get the hell out of here. Boomy's line in some trouble now, gets chased down. ENC just going to look to disengage. Already taken out the Aegis.
Oh, that was so close. It was like max range. Dagon's the creep.
With the Dagon as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was there an axe or refresher I didn't see?
Good question. Let's click through the heroes very quick.
Behold!
I see Nick. Oh, Nick has an axe.
It's an axe scepter then. Wait, no. Yeah, I clicked on Nyx too. I was like, what? And then you said it. I was like, ooh.
Right?
Well, there's no refresher. Puck has the Aghanims. Okay, Puck took the Aghanims. which is a massive upgrade for them.
Yeah.
If Luna just stuck there with a portrait hitting her, yeah, it's perfect. Probably couldn't have asked for anything better. But now his buyback is very expensive too. On some creeps.
He's happy just to have it off cooldown now for the upcoming fighting.
Lifestealer is about to get a whole lot scarier. Just finishes Daedalus. Gonna be a ton of damage coming out from him now. How much is fees?
Feels like they're
1.2%. That's good. It's about a 50-ish, 60 bonus damage on the Luna.
This is the window now where Fnatic do not have buyback on some of their heroes. Luna, Abaddon have 3 minutes left in their buybacks, and TNC managed to get all their buybacks back up, more or less, just waiting on Puck to come a bit more gold.
Yep, and Grimstar needs 2 minutes.
Still on cooldown. That's the big one for them, you kind of meant.
But he has Aeon Disc now.
Luna.
You actually have 3 Aeon Discs ready, right? Oh, Lion about to finish his. Yeah, DK went away from it and just goes for the Nullifier to, of course, counter the Nyx Assassin's Aeon Disc. It feels like this late game is always just about Aeon Disc. Every time. How do we counter this? How do we make sure they don't counter ours? Aeon Disc here, Aeon Disc there. How would you nerf that item?
That's an iceberg. How would you nerf that? I don't know.
I feel like make it so you only take like half damage instead of like 100% reduction. That means you auto can't blink out for free. Like that.
Speaking of some of these saves, there is a Leshrac Wind Waker, so
oh yeah,
mates with this. But that's where the Nullifier really comes into play. It's just gonna be huge against these Aeon Discs as well as that Wind Waker.
Yeah. Nullifier is also a very underrated item. It just answers all these late game saving options. Well, not all of them, of course, but a lot of them. Like, how much is Wind Waker? Like, almost 8k? 7.1k? Nullifier is 4.7. It's way cheaper, obviously.
We're now going to new late game tech has got an Aghanim Scepter queued up, perhaps thinking they need to just blow the hero up during some of these stuns. He's also just running out of slots, so blessing later on as well.
I wonder if a Moonshot is better or the Axe Blessing, actually. With the item build he is gone for. Because, what? How much attack speed is a Moonshot again? 70 or 60 when you consume it? 60. Actually, for some reason, it's not half anymore. You get 140 and then it goes down to 60.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, not sure why. Should be half. But up.
Yeah, it was initially half. I'm not
Yeah, it was. What I never understood, do you get the night vision also while you carry the item or only after consumption? Oh yeah, it says so. 400 while you just carry it, and 200 after consumption. So again, half.
None when you consume it. I think they added that later, if I remember.
Yeah, because it was terrible. Why would you lose everything?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Where Luna goes, but now definitely going to be managing that buyback, which has come back up. Both teams have just spent the last. It's like, okay, there's no Roshan for like they lost Aegis right away, so it's like, all right, let's just wait for 8 minutes and then we'll meet again at the Roche Pit Black. That seems to be how the SCA Dota goes.
I have seen more than enough of that yesterday in that 140 or what was the 104-minute game or whatever it was.
Yeah, we were all over on the mainstream and we were having like 9 hours for the best of 3. Kind of single, 100-minute game. It's been wild. This SCA qualifiers is being quite the spectacle. Whereas casters and players alike.
Yeah, I wonder if you compare to other regions how it compares in terms of duration. Going on DJ here.
Way higher, The Embat, that looks like on the backline, Death on the Tide is the target they want.
Oh, they're crushing him!
And the lights will bring him down. Yeah, with the Puck Axe Coil, he can't actually get away from this one. They want the Tide, he manages to get brought down, but instantly buying back. Now there's a Dark Portrait. Raven's just hitting the Dark Portrait, but now he's got a Gabby Lifesteal to worry about. He stops away from the Lifesteal and catches up the support Lion. Nice find. This BK gunned up against the BKB on afterwards. It's just clear for the TP out. Have any answer to the BKB TP?
Feels like we've seen that just about 3 minutes ago.
Yep.
Pretty much same spot.
Head goes down by the back. Lion has the buyback.
But did you see how the game ended? somebody boots of travel Toot onto the Dragon Knight and he cliffed himself because Dragon Knight was flying over a cliff. And then he died after a buyback. That was the worst way ever for the game to end.
That is just heartbreaking. Yeah.
I really felt bad for them.
And then that happened. It's like, things you're never going to consider that when you're casting that Boots of Travel 2 on your team. Just assuming, like, yeah.
Now the worst thing is, he had Blink Dagger. He just didn't know he was up there because, as you said, he just didn't think about it at all. DK on also level 25 now.
Go from here. Yeah.
AoE Dragon's Tail is also a massive game turner potentially. It's basically an RP.
I guess, and here it'll stun people through Lincoln if you target someone else, right? That.
I don't think it's a target ability anymore, right? It's kind of like Storm Vortex now.
AoE. Okay.
Yeah. I think it forgoes Lincolns entirely.
เป็นเกมที่ดี
I haven't tested it. I'm not 100% sure, but that's how Storm Vortex works. So I think it's a similar.
I was thinking you still had to target something, but yeah, if it's no longer needing to target
to
that.
the impurities.
It's huge, yeah, because these double Lincolns somewhat negated by this. Not to mention just the fact you can stun the Abaddon as well as his teammate. Well, Abaddon can still pump the borrowed time and then shield. I guess that's kind of like AJ's.
Yeah, and he also went for this Axe Scepter. I tested this recently. Axe Scepter on Abaddon is so unbelievably strong. Together with the Holy Locket, like it triggers every 525 health. And with the talent, you heal about 450 health every missed coil. So you lose like 70 health only.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah.
500 AoE missed.
Insane.
Supports at 25. Okay.
Yeah, I did not expect these to be 25. Wait, even Boomy's 25. Tim's is 22. How did that happen?
Like we've seen these 56-minute games. I haven't really seen the supports get 25 in them that often. I'm sure you did in your 100-minute game, but...
Oh my god. Yeah, this also means we have the AoE Hex now. Another method to forgo the Lincolns. Oh, this item is practically useless now.
I mean, yeah, they may even want to consider selling it for something else. Great.
You can maybe protect yourself from the Dark Portrait, but that's a DJ.
Oh. Link stun, DJ's beat down. And they pull him up before the borrowed time. Nope. They could have maybe gone for a finger and tried to catch him by surprise, but they were ready for it. The next stun, meanwhile, not able to stun up the life move. And to get the range up now, Monker's touch with the BKB. Nice foil on the 3 with the access, and they kind of completely suck at this Soul Fight. The Day goes to follow it up. TNC, Gabby in the front lines with the BKB as well as the Ray. The Ravage is not going to connect on anyone except the DK further away. Lifestealer manages to infest his way out of there, comes back in, re-engages with the dead Abaddon. They want more puck. Actually managed to die in the backlines. They got the lockdown they needed. Gabby, can he finish off jabs here on the Nyx? He's got the AO. The Nyx is just
He's not taking damage.
Like, yep. He's just too tanky. Gabby goes charging back in with the blink dagger. He wants Schwan on this left track, but he's tanky himself. That's Tide is the new target, but he's going Ghost Scepter. Get rid of it. The 3-man lunch mana drain coming in from the line, who goes in for a finger of death. Not enough.
Look at Jabs, it's just sitting there.
He can't actually finish off Death. Death somehow blinks back in. He's still alive, but his Nick's going down, and now Gabby, he's trying to just wreak havoc. The Wind Waker Leshrac, he's trying to fly his way out of there. It's Tornado Alley as the Dagon brings the Leshrac low. Gabby's chasing forward. This Lifestealer is just unkillable. He's just constantly full health. Puck's still fishing for more on the backlines. Isn't going to succeed doing so. Lion dies and buys back immediately. Nyx is still finding a new place to burrow one down. If they get this, Nyx has to die back, but he's tucked away nice and deep. Gabby, he got the damage to get this kill. The Splitter coming up, stunning up Bok, who has a BKB in 2 seconds, but he won't get a chance to pop it. He's dead without buyback. Runa buying back now as well. Gabby looks just trying to fight. Doesn't have Satanic, doesn't have a way to lifesteal his way through this one. Will go down, and Raven has a triple kill. Splitter onto the high ground. They catch up Tim. Tim's dead now as well with buyback. And Fnatic making good use of their buybacks to win this fight. Potentially secure Roshan.
Yeah, Rose is back up, this time with all items. And it just feels like TNC is initially always winning these fights, but Fnatic is just making much better use of their buybacks and turning so many fights around. I think there's the third one consecutively to turn around this way.
Fighting so well. They're going for Roshan and TNC. Live, you guys does not have buyback. They're too late for this one. They're still going to take this fight. Gabby charging in. Looking to start this fight. Gets stunned up by 2 damage. Follow-up. Gabby's stunned. He's ready to die back. Oh! Jabs was ready for him. Got him with the character setup. Now the puck needs to find a way out. Armel, has he got the damage? He's going to carry this game on his own. He's in a 2 versus 4 here. Goes blinking back in, wanted DJ, but didn't have the damage to bring him down with the borrowed time being proc. Armel needs to find these kills. That's the only way he can defend, it feels like. Khan's looking for him. Trying to catch him with the Yule, I imagine, as Aeon Disc is on cooldown.
And you cannot fight into this pit, gods, against this Leshrac stun. He got stunned like 4 times by it. Azula clips coming through. Oh, Tims is eating it.
Just gotta be careful. Gets the Dark Portrait out.
He's dead.
The game change. The Tims is getting low. Can he keep himself alive? No, he can't. He's dead, and now the tier 4 tower goes down, as well as the throne next in line as Armel trying to defend this on his own, but there's nothing he can do. Fnatic, they're gonna take game 1 of this best of 3. They lose the Abat, and Armel getting another for the scoreboard, but
What is dying to the beams?
Oh, okay. What's dead?
Is under attack.
Guy top, they have to fight through backdoor protection. Can they do this? I believe they should be able to with the Edict as well as the Lunar damage.
Level 25 Edict, no problem, right?
Yeah. It's
Any part of that later.
Game over. Fnatic